To brush away gray in 5 easy minutes. To put yourself out there and always put your best face forward. Just for men, mustache, and beard.
Once upon a time, there was an Infinity, meticulously crafted to stir your imagination and dare you to dream. Luxurious 3-row dreams. Introducing the all-new 3-row Infinity QX80.
When you see a car, you can find it on AutoTrader. Even my TV detective car. Just put your info in the Kelly Blue Book My Wallet, browse personalized monthly payments from dealers in your area, then start and finish the deal online. Case closed.
Look what I've just made. The perfect pearl.
Not too bad, but check this out.
Whoa, a true Venus clam.
Red Bull gives you wings.
An ABC college football doubleheader. At noon, NC State at Clemson. Then, UCLA at LSU. Saturday at noon and 3:30 Eastern on ABC.
The Pac-12 was originally founded as the Pacific Coast Conference back in 1915. Stanford joined in 1918, a century plus playing in one of the iconic leagues in all of college football, and then a realignment happens in the offseason. The Big Ten siphons away 4, the Big 12 siphons away 4, Cal and Stanford to the ACC. And Oregon State and Washington State currently the only 2 members of the Pac-12, but they'll be joined in 2026 by Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, and San Diego State, a conference essentially trying to rebrand with schools from the Mountain West now.
And I'm just wondering how many you're going to actually get, and it's going to destroy the Mountain West. At some point, you got to go find schools to, if you're going to remain alive. Stanford seems to have an idea of how they're going to travel when they have to come east. We mentioned it coming in a day early.
Took a long time to break the huddle and just get the snap off. Michael Ford, the true freshman from Toms River, New Jersey, able to move the chains.
He knows these parts, right? Very versatile back. Good pass in pass protection.
Player down, that's the cornerback Marcellus Barnes, true freshman out of Chattanooga. With the injury, we take a timeout with 10:30 to go in this opening quarter.
Do the Ravens have it this year?
Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? How hard?
Oh, you know we got it. Yup. That's right.
Oh, you know we got it. Oh, you know we got it. That's right. Y'all ready? Oh, you know we got it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us, 'cause
Hi, we're Visible. And if you're tired of T-Mo, we've got a deal for you. Bring your T-Mo number and phone and get a one-line plan for just $15 a month for 5 years. Guaranteed. Yep, that's right. Savings on top of savings. Awesome, isn't it? Get one line with unlimited data, talk, and text. All powered by Verizon's 5G network. Hurry, grab the savings while you still can. Switch today at Visible.com.
You got a big day today. You better put on a happy face.
Arthur Fleck is a monster who knew exactly what he was doing. His depraved acts of violence led to riots by his followers, and they are still willing to commit acts of violence in his name.
Look around. Look at all these people. Who do you think they see?
You can do anything you want. You're Joker.
Rated R. The truth about DIY is you never really do it all by yourself.
Because this setup took 2 videos and a quick demo.
You can change your color here. And all of this started here, detoured here, and ended
down here.
And this pizza wasn't delivery. This was.
I wonder if they do have it.
We do. So whenever you start a project,
don't worry.
You're not alone.
We can do this together.
So what are you working on?
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like,
Why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu. Only at Taco Bell.
ESPN's Primetime College Football is presented by Ram Trucks, built to serve, and in part by Taco Bell.
Some pretty good quarterbacks have played for the Stanford Cardinal. Plunkett, Elway, Luck, throw John Brody in there. It's Ashton Daniels.
Really good quarterbacks. Anybody throw it any harder than John Elway? He may have had to, he might go down as the guy with the strongest arm in the history of the game. Man, could he sling it.
Heck of a baseball player, too.
Jaden Bellamy in for Marcellus Barnes Jr.
Daniels takes a shot. Io Manor beat his man. Overthrown. Bellamy in coverage. So Bellamy comes in for Barnes, and they pick on him
right on him because he's new into the game, been standing on the sideline. And here's the injury by Barnes Jr. and just kind of his neck in there. I don't know if it's neck, shoulder, but you do not want your neck bending in that manner.
Couple of pieces missing for Syracuse defensively. Their best player, Marlo Wax, suffered a lower leg injury week 1 against Ohio. He'll be out until at least the middle of next month. And no Tank Wilson tonight. Lower body is one of the D tackles. Ishmael Cece, good-looking sophomore out of Denver, Colorado, who's had touchdowns in back-to-back games.
Well, we talk a lot about Io Manor, but that play doesn't go without his block. Maybe go back and take a look at that when Stanford slows down a little bit. But I mean, just the unselfish play to get his fellow receiver open.
Diggs in as a spy. Daniels slings it across the middle, and he finds his big tight end, the junior from Nashville, Sam Roush.
A super tough all-around tight end. He's excellent in the passing game, but the eyes of the youngster, Daniels, looking one way, coverage rotating, and he's coming back to his tight end, who's on the Mackey list as one of the top tight ends in the country.
And they've had some pretty good tight ends come out of Stanford.
Oh, yeah. Quarterbacks, tight ends, you can find them in Stanford, and some pretty good offensive linemen, too.
8 tight ends drafted out of Stanford since 2010. Daniels pumps. Pressure from the middle. He's got room to run. A lot of room. And another first down and a good-looking drive for Stanford.
This has been a nice job here in terms of play calling by Troy Taylor, their head coach slash offensive coordinator, mixing the run with a pass. It started with Micah Ford, and then tunnel screen, a big run by the quarterback, Ashton Daniels, who's got them down inside the red zone. 9 of 11 in red zone trips this year, 7 touchdowns, 2 field goals.
And their quarterback run becomes even a bigger factor. There it is, using Ford as the lead blocker. And Daniels turns the corner for a nice pickup on first down.
He is strong, isn't he? We've seen him break a couple of tackles here early in this ball game. It looked as though Sparrow had him backed up or tackled earlier. He came out of that for a gain, and then there it looked like he was going to be wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage, and he turns it into a 6-yard gain to move the stick. 2nd down and 4. Very manageable for this Stanford offense. You have the entire playbook at your disposal here.
CC is the slot man, Ford the running back. Syracuse loading up the box. Penalty marker down.
Yeah, Syracuse has been stimming a little bit, and by that I mean they're moving right before the ball is snapped, and you don't know whether that's
prior to the snap. False start. Offense number 76. Penalty.
If that's affecting the offensive line of Stanford, that's the 2nd false start penalty in this game. It's something that definitely we need to keep an eye on.
Jack Layer. It's a Stanford offensive line which went through a pretty total makeover from week 1 to week 2. Pauley at right guard, the only one that started in the same position the first 2 weeks. Daniels wants Io Manor. He didn't know where the ball was.
It was thrown so early that he didn't have time to really find it while it was in the air. Just couldn't track it. And Daniels they worked on this and repped it. Hey, I'm going to throw it to the back corner, and he just couldn't find it. Down here where they go from 2nd and 4 to now 3rd and 9 because of the penalty.
9th play of the drive, and Cedric Irvin comes in as the second running back. He goes wide. Daniels rolls right. Io Manor open, brings it in. An incredible catch by Alec Io Manor, and Stanford, the visitor in its first ACC game, on the board first.
Which is exactly why we made the comment, you'll see this young man playing on Sundays. It's a redshirt sophomore, but one hand to grab it, snag it, and secure it. Well in bounds with the feet. What a catch. What a catch. That's pretty.
We saw him a Friday night last year against Colorado. 13 catches, a school record, 294 yards. And he did it all in the second half and overtime. Emmett Kenny for the PAT. And it's 7-0 Stanford.
Let's go back and take a look at the touchdown reception by Alec Io Manor. It's a simple fade route. Hey, it's overthrown, but not so much for him. Stanford up early, 7-0.
It's so on.
Siri, what's the name of the guy I had a meeting with a couple of months ago at Cafe Grinnell?
You met Zach Wingate at Cafe Grinnell.
Hey.
Zach!
Oh, wow, I didn't think you'd remember me.
Yeah, of course. As soon as I saw you, I'm like, it's Zach. Nobody walks like Zach.
Choose joy. Choose the road. Choose your people. Choose your shot. Take it. Choose to get in there. Even better, get out there. That's it. Way out there. Choose your calling. Choose to really care. Choose to go for it. Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move.
I wake up.
You know, Coach Prime, it's nice to finally have some free time. Gives you a chance to reflect on the important things.
Like how Aflac pays people money for the expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Health insurance does leave a gap.
But Aflac gives people money to help close that gap. Oh, Coach Prime got one on the line too, baby.
See, that's how you hold up a trophy, trust me.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
I hope y'all hungry.
I'm glad I brought my own dinner.
Welcome to Sapphire Lounge by the Club. This is more than a place to hide away before you get away. It's a main course before the main event. It's the best seat before boarding. It's a real reason to arrive early. This is what an airport lounge is supposed to be. Chase Sapphire Reserve. Make more of what's yours.
For fast sore throat relief, try Vicks VapoCool Drops with 2 times more menthol per drop and powerful Vicks Vapors to vaporize sore throat pain. Vicks VapoCool Drops, vaporize sore throat pain.
Oof,
Gotta get rid of this.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh?
It helps remove odors 3 times better than detergent alone.
It worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh.
I found an app online. It's called Healthy Weight. Betting on yourself to lose weight. I can do that. I wanted to diet anyways, so why not make money while I'm dieting? I'm going to bet $100 a month for 6 months that I can lose 50 pounds in the 6 months. It is real. Okay, take a picture.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I lost 50 pounds and gained $1,900.
Get paid to get healthy at healthywager.com.
This is college football primetime presented by Ram Trucks. Troy Taylor, second-year head coach at Stanford after a successful run at Sacramento State. One of the challenges in Palo Alto, you can't go into the transfer portal and plug and play. When he first took over, he lost 6 offensive linemen to the portal. All 6 ended up starting for somebody else. And at Stanford, to get those undergraduate transfers with multiple years of eligibility, even one, not easy with the academic requirements. Alec Iomanner had the Stanford a touchdown in the last drive. He's wearing a mic for us tonight.
Another one. Let's work.
For you to break out. Let's go.
Oh, you see how I cut the middle out?
Huh? What do you mean?
For extra breathing capability.
Oh, you busted open?
Am I ready? I don't know. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't for it.
I'll say he's ready. One of the best receivers in the country.
Trevor Pena, the motion man. McCord off the fake. Into the flat. There's Gadsden for the catch. Cart.
Yeah, Zeed Haynes, one of the promising young receivers for Syracuse. I'm just getting word from their officials that he will not play tonight due to a personal matter. He's a Georgia transfer. He's a burner with great speed. The good news is, though, Kyle McCord has spread the ball out in the first couple games. In the opener against Ohio, 8 different receivers caught passes.
It was the same story against Georgia Tech. 8 different receivers caught passes.
That's Darrell Gill near the sticks. And it looks to be enough for a first down.
Well,
Syracuse also without Will Nixon, its number 2 running back tonight.
Yeah, and they're looking to get Darrell Gill Jr. more touches, getting him more involved as the season goes. So it's a perfect opportunity with Zeed Haynes out for him to really snag an opportunity and have a big night.
Zeed Haynes along with Jackson Meeks, Georgia transfers who followed Fran Brown from Athens to Syracuse.
Let me tell you something about your coach when the offensive players are following.
Quint Allen off right tackle for a gain of a couple. Anthony Franklin to stop. Stanford on its defensive line without one of its starters, Tobin Phillips, tonight.
Yeah, and Anthony Franklin, he makes things go up front. You see the quickness, down the line, speed to kind of track down LaQuint Allen. He's a big guy that's hard to move inside. And he is a force along that Stanford defensive line.
McCord on the move and has to run out of bounds. 3rd down. Clay Patterson, grad transfer from Yale, who left the Eli 2nd all-time in sacks.
A lot of different looks in terms of the fronts by Stanford. Sometimes 4 down, sometimes 3 down, and dropping 8 at times, 7. Another. Just kind of, they're going to make Kyle McCord think his way through this process, especially here early in the ball game, and to show him a lot of different looks. And then I would expect later on some pressure to start coming off the edges by this Stanford defense.
Showing blitz on 3rd and long. Delayed pressure. McCord downfield, almost picked by Wright, overthrew Jackson Meeks. And here comes Jack Stonehouse to punt.
Looks like Jackson Meeks may have pulled up on his route. He was expecting him to go to the corner. He just kind of stopped. The underneath portion of that, and then you have Gill over the top. So you got two guys in the game right now that hadn't had a whole lot of game reps, so to speak, for this Syracuse offense.
Tiger Bachmeier, the return man for Stanford. Against Cal Poly, was the first Stanford player since Christian McCaffrey in the 2016 Rose Bowl to take a punt back. He's going nowhere this time. Strong special teams coverage by Syracuse, and then a late hit, which draws the flag.
Well, I'm not sure. They may talk about this because it looked as though Bachmeier may have gotten up and he didn't think he was down, and so Gadsden was just making sure that he was down. He got up to start running again. So the officials in a long conversation about this. Not sure if he was.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, kicking team, 15-yard penalty, first down, Stanford.
Let's bring in our rules expert, Matt Austin. Matt, did you see that Gadsden maybe didn't think Bachmeier was down all the way?
You know, I think that's a slim possibility. It looked like with the runner, he was down. He spun around, he got up. As he got up, he hesitated like he was going to stop. The defender was standing there, then he sped up again to hit him. So I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
The penalty gives Stanford a free 15. They've got the ball at the 29. Scored on the last drive. And they picked on Jaden Bellamy on that drive, who came in for an injured Marcellus Barnes.
And they've got off coverage right now.
They want to keep Daniels in the pocket. Low throw to Manor. Clarence Lewis closed in quickly, 2nd and 10.
They've decided to start traveling the more experienced Clarence Lewis, especially with Barnes Jr. out of the game right now. So it's going to be Lewis who is traveling with Manor. Anything to slow the big guy down. As man, is he off to a good start.
He does it all on the field, in the classroom. One of his classes is Japanese.
Wow.
Zone read. It's Ford, the freshman, and bottled up after about a yard on the play. 3rd down, 9 to go. And Syracuse brings in a couple of extra pass rushers.
And Sparrow's going to start he's going to have to start tackling somebody. He's getting in the backfield. He's just not wrapping up. He's running by guys as opposed to getting them on the turf.
Sparrow seeing more playing time with Marlo Wax out.
He is the guy they missed, Wax. He led him in tackles the last 2 seasons.
Fadil Diggs standing up over the left tackle, who's a true freshman. Daniels to the outside and able to complete. Moody Rubin, junior from Kansas City, 4th catch of the season, and a first down for Stanford.
And it's the timing of the ball coming out of the hands of Daniels that gives this a chance. He's got all kind of pass rush, but the routes on time. Rubin makes a heck of a catch, and the effort to reach for the first down marker was unreal.
Quarterback draw. Rubin was still limping when they lined up. Flag on the play.
And it's going to be a hold here. They're trying to go fast, but they didn't realize Rubin was hurt.
Offense number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Jack Layer, who's in the game.
The penalty is declined. It's 2nd down.
At left guard is the guilty culprit. Rubin's going to the bench or into the 10 area. They're trying to run tempo and didn't realize that they had a guy that's down.
So far, 6 running plays, 4 runs by the quarterback and 2 by the freshman Ford. They empty it out. They got 2 running backs in the game. Daniels looking around, flushed, chased by Diggs. Daniels turns the corner and lassoed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Not much on the play, 3rd and long.
When he can just pin his ears back and come after you, Diggs is something else from the outside. He is chasing. He's going to be blocked, and then all of a sudden he is one-on-one with a fast quarterback, making no ground on Mr. Diggs. Physical specimen at 6'5", 260 pounds, from right here in Camden, New Jersey, to school at A&M, and boy, has he been a find since transferring in here to Syracuse.
He followed his defensive coordinator, Elijah Robinson, part of a ballyhooed transfer class. Edge pressure from Jobity. Downfield, Io Manor bobbles in, complete. Lewis in coverage, got in the way. It's 4th down, flag in the backfield. This might be on Syracuse.
Yeah, maybe a late hit on the quarterback.
Roughing the passer. Defense number 94. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Yeah, that's the one thing. When I got a chance to visit with Fran Brown last night, he told me, he said, hey, we can't beat ourselves. We cannot be undisciplined against a team like Stanford. Otherwise, we make it tough on ourselves. And a couple of times here, the Gadsden penalty to give them some better field position, and then the late hit on the quarterback, Ashton Daniels, there to give Stanford some pretty good field position past midfield.
Jobity's been a part of the D-line rotation for a few years now. Daniels gives it to Chris Davis. A little miscommunication initially, and then Davis freight trains his way inside the Syracuse 40 to the 38-yard line.
True freshman. I think it's actually meant to look like it was going to be a sprint out, and then an underneath draw play back coming the other way. And so I think the mesh point was a little bit off in terms of it almost put the ball on the turf, but yeah, the action was exactly what they wanted, which turned into a 7-yard gain.
Davis, a 4-star recruit out of Mississippi.
Feeling pretty good about this matchup with Clarence Lewis and Io Manor.
Bottom of your screen. Zone read. Daniels keeps, gets past Diggs. And another first down as Daniels lowers his head. Finally, Deuce Chestnut made the tackle. And the quarterback run game has been quite successful for Stanford tonight.
It's more than I anticipated, to be quite honest with you. And Troy Taylor told us we're going to run him about 10 times. We're not going to make a living out of it, but he's already run it 7 times. And so, a handful of those, or about 5 or 6, have been designed quarterback runs, maybe another one on a scramble. But he is well on pace to go past that 10 that Troy Taylor talked to us about.
Now they got another running quarterback behind him, the Syracuse transfer, Justin Lamson. Daniels again takes a big hit from Chestnut.
Did we misunderstand him? And he said 10 per half?
He's tracking for about 30-something right now.
My goodness, whatever it takes to win. When you travel this far, you certainly don't want to fly back with an L attached to you.
And this is going to be their new normal.
Yeah.
They've got 4 games in the Eastern time zone this season. This is the first of 4. You're in the ACC now. Football, you get the extra day. You can fly out early Wednesday. I'm curious to see what the impact on other sports will be.
That's a great point.
Lakelock down to 2. Daniel steps up again. Throws, he's got Ford, spins, touchdown! The freshman Michael Ford. There is a flag down, and you wonder if Daniels crossed the line.
That is the game of the first quarter.
It is a holding penalty, which takes the touchdown off the board. But Daniels with his arm and his legs giving this defense trouble in the first 15 minutes. Stanford still in striking distance with a 7-0 lead on the road in their first ACC game.
Trains. Trains that sense what isn't on the schedule. Trains that use the power of Dell AI and Intel to see hundreds of miles of tracks, clearing the way
so you arrive exactly where you belong.
On a hyped-up Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
All aboard the hype train. We're going all the way. Woo!
I heard this hype train runs an ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
And the hopes of overly optimistic fans.
Hey guys, check out my new tattoo.
We are so winning it all.
Even the national media agrees.
And they're never wrong about anything.
Oh wait, our quarterback got injured in practice.
Okay, everyone off the hype train.
Well, that didn't last long.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Looking for a better night's sleep? From soft, cloud-like comfort to firm, next-level support, Ashley has affordable mattress options for every body. And right now, you can pay 0% interest for 60 months on in-store mattress purchases. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
Check it out, sis. My work from anywhere. Cozy. Grab yourself a drink.
Is this dog food in your fridge?
It's not dog food. It's Fresh Pet. Real meat, real veggies.
Seems like a lot of space to waste on a dog.
You know where there's a lot of space? You're all the family I need.
Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food food.
Some like them toasted. Eat them how you like them.
Pop-Tart. Crazy!
Hello. Now that you've heard the rest, you can hear the best. Who can be with the S and have this on your chest?
Snoop joins The Voice, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
Fall is the season that's all about change. And we get it. It can be a lot to navigate. But what if we embrace not having it all figured out? Wherever this time of year takes you, we're here to help you shift seasons in style. So lean into the excitement for what's ahead. Because this fall, we've got a lot to look forward to. Your fall favorites are here.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
A holding penalty on the last play of the first quarter wipes out a Stanford touchdown.
Yeah, they get Simi Pauly, the right guard. Actually could have gotten either right guard or right tackle, and then a hands to the face by Pauly as well. A lot going on the right side of this Stanford line. Got to get it ironed out. They're moving the football, but having to overcome pre-snap penalties.
So second down and 19 to begin the quarter. Daniels, quick throw to the sideline, and that is CC. Gets a chunk back. It sets up third and far more manageable.
Boy, they get just enough production out of CC and Bachmeier to where it frees up, and you can't double up on Ioman because you have to worry about the quickness of CC and the playmaking ability of Tiger Bachmeier. And you will find that when you get down here towards the red zone, it creates one-on-ones for the big play receiver.
CC through 2+ games has 13 catches now. Tops on the team.
Iomanner in the slot.
Forward motions out. Urban into block. Daniels looking for help. To the end zone. Knocked away by Lewis.
Well, when
fourth down, he should have just thrown that away.
Well, he had CC when he turned up the field, and I thought he was going to let it go early. Either he catches it or no one catches it. You put it in a spot where it's either receiver can come up with it or it goes out of bounds. but he elected to hold on to it a little bit too long, and the rush closed in on him, bringing up a field goal attempt here for Stanford.
Emmett Kenny, a senior, but in his first year as the place kicker, 4 for 4 entering today. Did not attempt a field goal prior to this season. A 38-yarder. And Kenny gives Stanford a 10-0 lead. A strong start for the Cardinal on the road. This season, All-State celebrates every field goal and extra point made with a donation to the participating university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, All-State. Got a second-year coach for Stanford and Troy Taylor. Fran Brown, season 1 for Syracuse. And the Orange last time out 2 weeks ago had the win against what was at the time a ranked Georgia Tech team. Opened a lot of folks' eyes on what this team might be able to do. Fran Brown was known to be one of the best recruiters. So was his defensive coordinator, Elijah Robinson. They imported a lot of talent on this team, and in an ACC which has been up and down early, again, a lot of football to be played, this team could be a player.
It's an impressive roster, that's for sure, especially on the offensive side. Where they had trouble with Georgia Tech was defending the run game, and able to fix that and ride that into a win. But they're going to have to start scoring some points here. This is a very, very important drive, because you can't give Stanford the ball back again and have them go down and score.
Malachi James will stay put. Triple header Saturday on ABC. NC State against number 21 Clemson. Grayson McCall out. True freshman C.J. Bailey will get the start for NC State. LSU hosting UCLA in what is now a SEC Big Ten game. The Heupel Bowl in Norman, Tennessee.
Going home.
Going home. He's the head coach, Josh Heupel is, for the Volunteers to take on Oklahoma. Heupel almost won the Heisman in his time with the Sooners.
Explosive offense. It's Tennessee. Man, can they put points on the board.
Quint Allen ambushed in the backfield for a loss.
Just can't seem to find creases, and that's going to come with completions down the field. All of a sudden, that front seven will soften a little bit, and I think Syracuse will be able to run the football. But with the receivers out, it's been a little hard for Kyle McCord to get this passing game started.
10 plays, 25 yards for Syracuse. McCord hit from the backside, lost the football. It's out. Stanford looks to have covered it up. No, Syracuse got it.
Now, they had 2 white jerseys there, and the ball got tipped out somehow. And all of a sudden, it's back in the belly of a blue jersey. And it's definitely out. David Bailey, who is solid, and I mean solid in their third down package, comes off the edge. When they allow him to just pin his ears back and be a rusher, boy, is he a force.
Yeah, they feel he's got a chance to be really good. Consistency has held him back. And now it's 3rd and 21 for Syracuse. Stanford drops 7. Screen pass to Allen. Zigzagging his way to the 25-yard line. It sets up 4th down, and Stanford defense, which was haunted by the pass against TCU in a Week 1 loss, played well against Cal Poly Week 2. They've looked pretty strong here on the road.
Yeah, guys have got to start stepping up, making plays. I mean, Clark mentioned Zed Haynes. He's out of the lineup tonight. He's just going to present some opportunities for some younger players, and they've got to start making some plays for Kyle McCord, their quarterback.
Stanford's D has held Syracuse to 19 yards on 12 plays. Bachmeier brought down shy of the 25-yard line after a 57-yard punt by Stonehouse.
Yo, can I kick it? Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
¿Qué?
Can I play?
Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
Can I try?
응, 당연하지.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
I wish we could watch the college football games we actually care about.
You can on ESPN with Sling. Follow me.
I love this. Prepay and save with Season Pass and get the college football you care about. Sling lets you do that.
Thrivent is a full-service financial company that values generosity. It felt great to work with somebody who understood us and aligned with our goals, purposes, values, for sure.
Thursday Night Football on Prime. It's on.
Ready to have some fun? Yeah, let's do it.
This week, the Dallas Cowboys take on the New York Giants as Thursday Night Football is on.
Going deep. Touchdown.
It's Dak Prescott and the boys facing an old rival, the G-Men.
You're not getting this anywhere else.
Stream Thursday Night Football on Prime.
I ain't many that are built like me. I'm the last of my kind.
It's only a kick.
Pressure, pushing down on me, pressing down on you.
Let's go. With Chevy Equinox EV, you can wake up every day with a full charge. Your crew can have a roomy, no-compromise interior. And starting around $34,995, you and your money can go further in America's most affordable EV with over 315 miles of range. Equinox EV, a vehicle you know, value you'd expect, and a dealer right down the street. Go EV without changing a thing. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
ESPN Plus has some great featured games tomorrow. Eyes on that 8 p.m. one. #1 Texas hosting Louisiana Monroe. Arch Manning will make his first career start. Played well in relief of the injured Quinn Ewers last week.
Boy, did he play well.
What does Sark do if Manning balls out again?
If Ewers is still hurt, he starts him again the next week. If Ewers he's ready to play, you go back with Ewers.
In the flat to the tight end, Roush is torpedoed by Elijah Clark. They call him Cinco.
Second on the team in tackles. He leads them in solo tackles, and you see why. He is not afraid to come up from his safety spot and strike. Very aggressive player on the back end. I think he's got a future on Sundays as well. He's a guy highlighted and really liked watching on video. I'm trying to get out of the habit of saying film. Film is outdated. We don't watch film anymore. Though I know it's a term.
Intercepted by Devin Grant, who led the MAC with 5 picks for Buffalo last year. He read the screen all the way.
I tell you what, did he break on the football or what? What a play. And then laying out to come up with the interception and telling his head coach, Fran Brown, I got you. A corner or two that's out with Barnes hurt. You're going to make one heck of an adjustment from the slot position. Just reads it absolutely perfectly, knowing exactly where the ball's going. What a break on the football. Syracuse with its best field position of the night.
Quint Allen is the running back. McCord to throw. Out route, Trevor Pena. Spin cycle. First down, Syracuse.
Well, we were just talking about Pena. Where is he? They need guys to start making plays and step up in the absence of Haynes. Gadsden, got to get him going, the big tight end.
And checking in for Syracuse, the freshman from Newark, nicknamed to train via Sin Willis. He's a big bruiser of a running back, number 23 in blue and orange. One of the officials fell down. He says he's okay. Thumbs up.
Turf monster.
Crowd laughed.
Glad he's okay.
Off a high snap. McCord chased and has to kill it. Tristan Sinclair, he and Gaithan Bernadelle, the two linebackers, they are the heartbeat of this Stanford defense.
And they make plays. Both can play sideline to sideline, and Sinclair was quickly closing in on McCord. So they wanted to run a little slip underneath and get the back to the flat. They read it perfectly, they being Stanford. And they just kind of confused, muddied the waters, so to speak. Nothing was there, and the smart thing to do is throw it away, come back on second down.
Split household for Sinclair. He and Dad, Stanford guys, mom, sister, and his aunts all went to Cal.
And this is where Pena usually shows up big.
Allen looking for the edge, can't get there. Colin Wright, the corner, came up to make the play.
I don't know that anybody went with Pena to the corner, and this is looks like it could have been an RPO, could have pulled that baby, and he had Pena to the corner. I want to revisit that at some point. Same formation, Pena's out the back door, and nobody goes to the corner with him.
They got Gadsden and Pena in the slot. Justice Ross Simmons, the Colorado State transfer, lined up at the bottom of your screen.
And his man across the board right here.
McCord floats it to the end zone for Pena. Incomplete. He was covered by Jay Green.
And it's the pressure of David Bailey on Kyle McCord. Didn't have the luxury of reading it out. Bailey's in his face, I mean, quickly.
Now they feel Bailey's their most talented pass rusher. Again, they want him to just be a little more consistent, and they told us he's going to play on a lot of these third downs that are passing downs. Pinned his ears back, rushed McCord. Field goal attempt is good by Brady Denneberg from 30, and gets Syracuse on the board off the interception by Devin Grant.
The new 12-team college football playoff begins December 20th on ESPN.
That's how I get by.
That looks really high.
It is high.
Here we go.
It's time to push your limits.
You're doing great.
Whoa, is that a buffalo?
Babe, that's a cow.
The Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. Adventure on the edge.
Get great low rates on any Subaru Crosstrek for a limited time.
Hey, Mr. Poacher.
Yeah?
Tired already? Here, have a Red Bull.
And then?
Then run faster.
Oh.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I was so excited when I heard this sandwich was back. I was like, Cloud 9. 2 words, Cloud 9. What's up? This is Mike.
And this is Celia.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich
Is the symphony of flavors. You can always count on that crispy, tender, juicy chicken, and it's got pickled jalapenos, and it's so good.
My favorite part is the pimento cheese. Topped off with the honey, it all comes together perfectly. I like the original.
I like the spicy chicken fillet, but either way,
You're getting a winner.
real customers paid for their testimonials.
I was born with a fire inside, but psoriasis doused my flame until I got clearer skin. With Bimzelx, you could say, I'm back. Most people got 100% clear skin, some after the first dose.
Serious side effects, including suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections, and lowered ability to fight them. Liver problems and inflammatory bowel disease have occurred. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to.
Start to get yourself back with Bimzelx.
Ask your dermatologist about Bimzelx today.
Love your phone, but not the cost of your current plan?
No problem with Straight Talk. Bring the phone you love and get one line for $25 a month when you switch to Straight Talk. That's up to half off the price of the competition. Plus, the best part of all, get a $200 credit for a new phone after 12 months. With Straight Savings, you save now and later. It just makes sense. Straight Talk. Real unlimited data. Less dollars, more cents.
ESPN supports the College Football Playoff Foundation's Extra Yard for Teachers Week every year to celebrate great teachers across the country who have inspired so many of us. Nominate a great teacher in your community by visiting cfpfoundation.org.
Miss Sandra Smith, my favorite, 5th grade.
Paul Carcaterra has a little more after this kickoff.
Well, Anish, Gaithan Bernadelle, the linebacker, had a special teacher down in Florida. He's from inner city Miami. He told me he wears number 0 because nothing was handed to him and he never cheated the process. Ariel Davis, his PE teacher and basketball coach at Highland Oaks Middle School, as a 13-year-old, instilled that very mindset in him and gave him a belief that he could accomplish anything. Actually telling Gaithan back then he wanted his son to grow up and be just like Gaithan. And being a genuine soul, he said, is the most important thing, and Mr. Davis has had a lifelong effect on this young man. I spoke to him this week. He can light up a room, man.
Excellent all-conference player on the field, 4-0 student off the field. Davis ankle tackled from behind by James Hurd. And Bernadelle also has the distinction of being the first undergraduate transfer for Stanford in the portal era.
That's saying something. It is not easy to get into Stanford. It's why you talked about it at the top. You don't see a lot of transfers on this Stanford roster. Him being the first mid-year transfer. But he loves football. He can locate it and make plays.
Some of the guys you see who transferred from Princeton, from Yale, flag down.
Now they're finally, I think, going to get Syracuse on this jumping stuff. Isaiah Hastings is the guy that's doing it. He's almost flinching and stemming, and it's at the right before the ball is snapped.
So their game, for movement uncommon to the game, defense number 88.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Let's bring in our rules expert, Matt Austin. Matt, that is a big point of emphasis this year.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Anish. The NCAA, they just want both teams to line up and play football. Forget all these quick shifts, these quick stems, the hand movements. Just line up and play football. And Syracuse got away with it a couple times earlier, in my opinion. This time they got caught.
Hastings, Watson was another that you could have called the same penalty on.
CC, the motion man. Instead, a handoff, and there's Ford. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3.
You saw him have the touchdown catch that was brought back because of a holding penalty. He's made a nice transition to running back from quarterback where he played in high school. And he was mostly a runner in high school, but he has made the switch, and they have, as a true freshman, kind of hard to do, but they believe in him, and they keep feeding him the football.
Stanford subbing late, so they've got to give Syracuse a chance to sub. Play clock down to 1. They just get it off. Daniels throw. It's caught by CC. And a 1st down for the Cardinal.
Well, CC's having some game, isn't he? You know, with all the eyes, no pun intended, on Kyle Manor, that it's allowing some others to make plays in the passing game. And it's been CC. He's quick. Good route runner. He's caught a touchdown pass in both games prior to tonight. One against TCU and another against Cal Poly.
4 catches tonight. Dennis Jacquez.
He is a good, solid edge player. Starting to get home. Is this Orange defense. Right around the corner. You cannot block that young man with Micah Ford, who this time last year was playing quarterback. Toms River, New Jersey. We don't ask quarterbacks to block much. Unless you switch positions, obviously.
Not even in the wing team?
And, well, in that offense, you will.
A flag at the end of the play.
I mean, right in the middle of the formation. It's going to be a hold against Stanford again. And you get the sack yardage.
Holding. Offense number 57. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
So he's going to play. Fran Brown's going to play the field position battle. Take him back another 10 yards. Did he decide to decline it? They're right in the middle of the formation.
The center, Levi Rogers, from the wine town of Woodinville, Washington.
And it's just all across the board where the holes are coming from, and it's the two young players, House and Malenko, are holding up well. It's the guys in the middle of the offensive line that are having the problems.
Daniels, screen pass, CC. Engulfed, another loss. Negative yards on the play, 3rd and long.
Devin Grant is holding on for dear life. And this couple of plays early in this drive, successful for Stanford, and then the sack and a penalty. Another lost yardage play there, and they are all the way back inside their own 20-yard line.
Keep it on the ground to Ford. That was essentially a surrender. Live to play another series. Remember last time they threw the pick.
Yep.
4th down, didn't want to give Syracuse a short field.
Give them some room to punt this thing out. You got to know when enough is enough sometimes, and this isn't the drive that it's going to happen on. The only thing that was going to bail out Stanford there was a penalty that gave him an automatic first down.
Here is Pena, signals for a fair catch and makes it inside the 30. Stanford's first ACC game and the 44th anniversary of the first game played in this building.
Someone smells too fresh. Did she take my Old Spice Total Body Deodorant with 24/7 freshness and use it on her pits, toes, and down belows? How could you?
With all these Hilton Honors points, I could stay for free.
At the Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives? What about the Canopy in Paris?
Hilton Honors, babe.
When you want points that can take you anywhere, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
Time is luxury. And time spent in a Polestar is the best time of your day.
You deserve
Book a test drive at Polestar.
waiting on you night and day.
In a boneless wings national taste test, Applebee's beat Buffalo Wild Wings and Wingstop. Get America's favorite boneless wings today. 50 cents each, all day, every day, only at Applebee's.
From starting strong to it's been a week. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Sure, Vistaprint prints business cards, but we also print these and those. And engrave that. We print your brand on everything so customers can notice you, remember you, and fall in love with you. If you need it, we print it with 25% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
What if
The promise of better work wasn't just something we dreamed about, but something we found.
This might be the one.
Or better yet,
No way.
something that found us.
I got the interview.
Finish your business degree faster and for less without starting from scratch. Whether you're in school or picking up where you left off, University of Phoenix will help you get every eligible transfer credit you deserve. Transfer your credits and finish what you started.
This ship is heaven. Doctor, it's your job to keep everybody alive.
Clear. Come on.
I could tell you got beat energy.
Kelsey Riggs with this studio update, and we've got Illinois, Nebraska in a showdown, top 25 showdown. Dylan Raiola to Isaiah Nayer there, puts them on top 10-7. Nayer's first catch of the game is a touchdown. In the first right now, Anish.
All right, thank you, Kelsey. 10-3, 4:51 to go, first half, and we've seen a lot of laundry on the field.
False start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
This is a big fella. Really like Savion Washington. Like this film, and excellent run blocker. He's 6'8", 340 pounds, and looks like he weighs about 240. And he plays with light feet, good hands. Really like him as a player. Syracuse, 16 plays in this game so far. 7 of them have been for a loss or no gain.
And 4 penalties. Play action. McCord wants Pena reaching, and he hauls it in. It's been a bounce-back season for Pena early on, who only played 1 game due to a hamstring injury last year.
2 high safeties, they split. The weakness of that coverage is the middle of the field, and you're trying to track it with a linebacker who can't stay with Pena.
And now tempo. High snap. Willis bulldozes his way inside the 40.
Train is what they nicknamed him.
You could see why.
Yes, indeed. He said when he got here, he was trying to make guys miss. And then all of a sudden, you know, they talked to him a little bit and said, hey, quit trying to make guys miss and do what you were doing to get yourself here. Then he started trucking guys in practice.
They'll try to do it again. Hammerheads for a yard. 3rd down and short, could be 4-down territory. Kark?
Yeah, they need more of Train, and when I spoke to Kyle McCord this week, he said it was critical that they match Stanford's physicality. Heading into this drive, Syracuse had -4 yards rushing. Getting the freshman and LaQuinton Allen involved is critical, but credit Stanford too. This run defense is much improved from a year ago. Last year, allowing almost 5 yards a pop. This year, they held TCU in the opener to only 3 yards per rush.
Physicality has long been the hallmark for Stanford. McCord sacked, deleted, back near midfield. It's the heart of Tafiti. Tevarua Tafiti, the junior from Hawaii.
Somebody just flat out blew a block. I think it's Max Mang who's responsible. And he just opened the door, just turned his hips, let a guy run right around him on your quarterback. Boy, I would honestly, letting the cat out of the bag, I would have a few words with Max Mang when we get to the sideline. Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. And the leader that Kyle McCord is, we've been told by this Syracuse program, I guarantee you he will have a few as well.
That bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Now Fran Brown told us, and he's told everybody, when he got McCord to come from Ohio State, he said, I'm the head coach, you're my second in command. The ACC Network has a full slate of games Saturday, starting with James Madison, North Carolina, Rutgers in Blacksburg to take on Virginia Tech, and Kark, as a former lacrosse player, I know this one is near and dear to you. Michigan State at BC in the red bandana game.
Absolutely, Anish, and that's Wells Crowder, who's a hero in 9/11 and how he saved so many lives and unfortunately lost his. And Wells Crowder is a signal for hope and inspiration in the BC community. He was a lacrosse player there. I know so many players, whether it was at Nyack High School and guys like John Hess, who knew Wells so much, or Kevin McLean at BC. His teammates were huge proponents of him. We got a big play here.
This is Davis, and maybe a touchdown-saving tackle by Deuce Chestnut, who is now down at the 32-yard line.
Chris Davis came into this game with only 6 carries on the year, but what a nice job of blocking out on the edges.
Point injury.
I think it's Cedric Irvin who actually opened a hole for him. His counterpart in the backfield. Oh, what a nice block by Cedric Irvin. That's a pancake block by a running back, and the speedy Davis takes advantage of it 47 yards later.
Now the Stanford run game accounting for 108 yards so far. Chestnut went down after the play. Deuce Chestnut was an All-American corner for Syracuse, a freshman All-American, and then last year transferred to LSU, didn't play a whole lot. Came back to Syracuse. They moved him to safety.
Oh, what an effort.
He's from Camden, which is Fran Brown's hometown, and Fran Brown has brought in a lot of players from that area.
And I think he's going to continue to do so. You know, when Greg Schiano was on his run at Rutgers, it was Fran Brown who was bringing in the recruits, and so he's from that area. Got to believe he's going to have his share of guys that come from New Jersey to Syracuse to develop under his tutelage.
So Chestnut out of the game. The 2 safeties, Clark and Barry Buxton. Split backs again. Davis again. Lost the football at the end of the play.
A lot of blue jerseys around that pile, Anish. They're going to call. I think they may have ruled him down.
The rule on the field when the runner was down prior to the ball becoming loose. This is the 2-minute timeout.
See if he indeed was down. Close.
Good morning, everybody.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
Watching the fresh morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the popping of the fresh lettuce. You know, my lease says I get free subs. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Check-in time is 3.
It's 2:55.
I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No games, no fun.
Yes, Coach.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one you have all to yourself.
You found an amazing bargain with this place. If you don't take it, I will.
The listing mentioned ocean views?
Yes, it's ocean view adjacent. See that place? Well, if you look through it, you'll see a gorgeous ocean view.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising, which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance.
Oh, look, a seagull.
That's a pigeon. Seagull adjacent.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Blocked from watching the big match? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card and choose to earn 3% cash back on online purchases, like live streaming.
Come here. Yeah, this way.
Cleaning your dog's teeth can be hard. But not with Greenie's dental treats. Greenie's, well-being made wonderful.
You're a leader. You have a vision, but do you have visibility? With Smartsheet, you do. Smartsheet helps leaders inspire their teams to plan, execute, and scale work to deliver results faster. Aligning your teams around a shared vision is not easy, especially in the face of unexpected challenges. It takes the ability to pivot with ease. It takes standardized processes and seamless collaboration. It takes a whole lot more than we can cover in just one ad. It takes Smartsheet.
Serrati's forest land, feet twice the size of any man, rising from the ground, smacking dust from his seat with a great big smile. Slowly makes his retreat.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices it right in front of you. You can't fake that. You can fake my outfit. You can fake these haunches. You just can't fake a freshly sliced Jersey sub. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Kelsey Riggs going to be with you coming up on this ESPN halftime report. We're taking a look at Dylan Raiola, what he's been able to do so far in the top 25 showdown in primetime against Illinois. Plus, speaking of offense, man, what are we going to see from Tennessee tomorrow when they take on Oklahoma? And we're mulling it over. Who is the best freshman so far in the country? Offensive player or defensive player? Joey Galloway, Dan Mullen join me soon.
The previous play is under further review.
I don't understand that because you had the 2-minute timeout. You had all this time.
Yeah, you could have
and now
reviewed
you
it
made
during
the
that
announcement.
yeah.
We had the entire commercial break to do this.
Could have been reviewed and
we would have had an answer.
But maybe they just someone identified it.
Cinco Clark comes up on Chris Davis. Ruling on the field was ball carrier was down.
Well, you can't see the ball until he lands and then it pops out. I think they have it right on the field.
Nothing on that first look to overturn.
I don't see the ball moving whatsoever, and then it just pops out as his elbow hits the turf. I think this is
after further review. The ruling on the field stands.
Yeah.
Second down.
I agree with that call.
There's nothing there to overturn it. Fran Brown was all over the officials during the break, but again, you wait until after everybody's ready. There's this impetus to speed things up and get games in a tidy window.
Yeah.
That doesn't help. Second and 6, Stanford. Irvin and Ford, the split backs with Daniels. He was 10 of 16, 87 yards passing, 33 rushing.
This is a look that you see Syracuse run on video.
Like quarterback power. Daniels bounces to the outside. Multiple flags down near the line of scrimmage.
Another holding call is going to bring it back. You'd like to say it's the young players on the offensive line, but
holding. Offense number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
That's his third for Layer. Yeah, good run by Daniels, and oh yeah, definitely a hold. I don't know how many of those you get before you get a permanent seat for the night on the bench because you're just hurting the team.
Layer started at left tackle week 1, moved to left guard week 2. The delay. Here's Davis. He's had a few good runs. Back near the original line of scrimmage. Jobity the tackle. It's third down.
Charge timeout. Syracuse, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
Syracuse stops the clock here on third down. Kark.
Anish and Andre, not good news for Syracuse in the defensive backfield. Their star freshman Marcellus Barnes Jr. is an Under Armour All-American, a big-time get for Fran Brown in year 1 of his recruiting cycle. He's in street clothes, so he will not return to this game. And Andre, you pointed out too, they've been picking on his replacements a little bit in this one.
Yeah, they have. When Bellamy came in the game, they went right at him. But Devin Grant has really stepped up and kind of solidified things in the secondary, especially at that corner spot. Clarence Lewis has played some solid football in the first half of this one.
And we have not called Alec Iomanner's name in some time.
Yeah, and it's because of the play of those two gentlemen I just named, Grant and Lewis.
Iomanner lined up at the top of your screen. CC goes that way. Daniels fakes the screen. Deep drop. Jobity chases him, throws it up. makes the catch, but he's out of bounds. 4th down, and the kicking team will come on. Emmett Kenny will try for another field goal.
Yeah, right at the tail end of that comment you were making, Daniels is looking for Io Manor. I mean, he is trying to find him. He makes the grab, but he's out of bounds. Just trying to throw it up to let him give him an attempt at it.
Longest career attempt for Kenny. First year as the starting place kicker. A 51-yarder. And he puts it through. Kenny is 2 for 2. 13-3, Stanford on top of Syracuse. Now a quick word from Verbo.
As your host, I have some rules. 2 flush maximum per bathroom visit. No games, no fun. There's a great barbecue outside, but don't touch that.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one that's all yours.
That's pretty good.
He's Schroff, Andre Ware, Paul Carcaterra, Friday night at the JMA Wireless Dome.
Huge field goal there for Stanford, because it makes it a 2-score game. And you're on the road, young football team you're trying to build. If you're Troy Taylor, and you want to give them every ounce of confidence that you can going into that locker room at halftime.
Big possession here coming up for Syracuse. They get the ball first to begin the 3rd quarter, but have 2 timeouts.
This could totally change.
No chance here for Malachi James. Of note, NFL Sunday comes your way at 10 a.m. Eastern with the Countdown Crew on ESPN and the app. All the early breaking stories, a lot of injury updates, and previews of each game right up until kickoff. First couple of weeks in the NFL, one trend: rushing across the league, way up.
Yeah. It takes a little while for the timing of the passing game to kind of get itself going. So what do? You start relying and allowing O-linemen to just tee off.
McCord under pressure, sacked again. Ball looked to come out, but they say he is down.
David Bailey again getting
home.
home
On the field as the runner was down prior to the ball becoming loose. 2nd down.
4 sacks by this Stanford defense.
Total yards so far, Stanford 205. Syracuse just 70, and you can subtract a little bit more from that. But unable to hold up against the likes of David Bailey, the pass rush extraordinaire.
McCord rolling out, finds Pena, and he's shy of the 35-yard line, close to the marker. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Syracuse going quickly. They still have 2 timeouts in the pocket.
You might want to take one instead of letting this clock run like this.
Again, McCord flush to his right. Finds a wide open Umari Hatcher, and he is gone. Touchdown, Syracuse, 67 yards, Umari Hatcher.
And no flags. What a nice job of improvising by Kyle McCord. And he saw him. He saw Hatcher kind of breaking open because Zyron Manley fell down in coverage. And that freed up Mr. Hatcher. I mean, nice job on the back end by the quarterback of keeping his eyes open. You see Manley go down. I'm not sure he would have been called for holding on the back end anyway, but a nice job by Syracuse scoring quickly.
And that was with less than a minute. 3rd down. Hatcher comes up with a big play. Big 6'3" wide receiver. Was the team's number 2 receiver a year ago behind Damian Alford, who ended up transferring to Utah. And now Stanford will get the ball back with 28 seconds to go in this first half. The Cardinal with all 3 timeouts.
Boy, What did I say about a 2-score lead? Gone. I mean, gone. And now you just have to hold up defensively. You're getting the ball first in the second half. Maybe you've kind of found something offensively to get Cal McCord going, this passing game, and then all of a sudden LaQuint Allen gets going. Pena has been big. That catch he made was huge for Syracuse.
3 catches, 59 yards for Trevor Pena. That was Hatcher's first catch of the game, first touchdown of the season. Bachmeier, the deep man for Stanford. And Stanford will take it at the 25.
Let's take a look at this Amari Hatcher touchdown reception. He's just going to give it like he's going to the middle of the field. He's going to come back, and he just loses Manley, who's in man coverage. He knows he's beaten, tries to reach and grab, and then it's just speed. Nobody's going to catch Hatcher from behind. Experienced wide receiver, redshirt junior. He started 11 of 13 games last year and is off to one heck of a start this season.
How does Troy Taylor now play out this series with the 3 timeouts?
You're trying to get a field goal. If I'm Troy Taylor, I'm trying to work the ball down the field, get a field goal here.
And off to Davis. Oftentimes that first play, usually a run, dictates how you call the drive.
And they want the timeout. And that's the drive starter, so to speak. You're trying to see if you can break a draw play.
Their first of the half.
Hoping Davis is okay. He's a little slow to get up. But boy, has he been a playmaker and an element of speed for this Stanford offense.
6 carries, 73 yards.
Please set the game clock to 21 seconds.
That's more than he had coming in.
Game clock, please.
He had 6 carries for 53 yards entering the game.
New career high. Young career for the freshman.
Boy, and I tell you what, when you go one-on-one with Elijah Clark.
Turned into 1-on-6 real quick.
It really does. You better have your chin strap buttoned up and your mouthpiece in, because he is coming up to hit you big time. He tackles everything.
Stanford would like to stay in the 52, 54-yard field goal range for Kenny. So they want to probably get it inside the 40 for a realistic chance. We are indoors, no elements. Daniels improvising and runs out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. 13 seconds left in the half. Make it a dozen, and 2 timeouts left for Stanford.
I don't know that Syracuse can just play soft here. It's a little bit of time and a play down the middle with 2 timeouts left will give them what they want in terms of a field goal attempt. So you got to make sure that you stay buttoned up defensively and you don't get too soft where there's a catch, a run, and they can get down and maybe a second or two to get a field goal off.
Need about 22 yards or so to give Kenny a realistic chance. And
Rise at the snap. Charge timeout. Syracuse, they're second of the half.
Yeah, I think Fran Brown wants to visit about that exact thing, is to make sure that you don't allow somebody free in the secondary and then, you know, a catch and run and get down and call a timeout. Let's get to the halftime, down 13-10.
First meeting between Syracuse and Stanford. First ACC game for Stanford after more than a century in the Pac-12.
And if you're Stanford, you don't want to try to force one into coverage and you mess around and throw a pick 6 here. So it's a little bit of care on the side of both teams.
Alec Manor, Stanford's 1,000-yard receiver from a year ago, lined up at the top of your screen. CC the motion man. Daniels checks down. It's Cece, bumped out of bounds, shy of the 45 by Justin Barron.
Well, they try to give a double move on Clarence Lewis, a pump and go, and he didn't bite on it. He stayed with Io Manor, nowhere for Daniels to go other than to check it down. Ford does a nice job of getting out of bounds, and well, time for one more play unless it's something quick to the sidelines and stepping out of bounds, and I don't know that that's going to do you any good. Or if it can really be executed in 5 seconds.
Screen pass, Io Manor, and that brings us to the end of the first half. Stanford on the road, making the cross-country trip, takes a 3-point lead into the locker room.
There are some feelings you can get with any sports book. Oh, the highs!
No. The no-no-nos.
Oh! The oh-oh-ohs. Now, what you want to do with this? But the feeling that no matter what, you're taken care of.
Oh, I just earned a hotel suite.
You only get that here at the sportsbook born in Vegas, where they know how to treat you right.
Who you talking to, Jamie Foxx?
Bonus bets, exclusive offers, real-world rewards. Bet MGM. Download and bet today.
When I move with focus. I move with strength. When I move with style. When I move in zen.
At Stanford, pursuing your passions unlocks your potential to develop solutions for a sustainable future and inspire people through music, to deliver affordable, personalized healthcare and star on the stage, to build the next generation of rockets and reach new heights, to gain the knowledge to contribute to the world around you. Stanford University.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back. Now with Skyrizi, I'm all in with clearer skin.
Things are getting clearer. I feel free to bear my skin, yeah, that's all me. Nothing is everything. Whoa.
With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months, and most people were clearer even at 5 years. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
This halftime report is presented by Skyrizi.
Welcome into this ESPN halftime report. It is the Cardinal traveled 2,427 miles for their first ACC game, and they have the 13-10 lead over Syracuse at the break. As we say hello from inside our ESPN studios alongside Coach Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway, Kelsey Riggs, great to be with you. And we talked a lot about Kyle McCord and Syracuse and what they had been doing, but it's this Stanford defense that stepped up big. How have they been so effective?
We mentioned if they were going to have success, they had to slow down Kyle McCord. He's been on fire the first 2 weeks of the season with 8 touchdowns. And so they've done a really nice job of getting to him. They've sacked him 4 times, and they're doing it with their front 4 guys. Their defensive ends are playing well, keeping him contained, making him get out of the pocket. And if they can continue this, they have a chance to slow down this offense. They had him under 100 yards in the first half, early in the half, and they just kept making plays, getting after him. You see he's uncomfortable. They're flushing him. They're getting there quickly. He doesn't have a chance to look downfield. And then one big play, Kyle McCord, and this is a veteran quarterback. He's used to being in tough situations, rolls out, hits this past 67-yard touchdown, and that put him over 100 yards of total offense. So if you're at Stanford's defense, you go in the locker room and say, hey, we got to continue getting after Kyle McCord. keep sacking him, keep making him uncomfortable, and then you don't worry about that one big play you gave up. That happens at times.
Yeah, but if you're Syracuse on the other side, that was a confidence booster. They haven't played very well. You saw some of those were MAs, some mistakes, but hey, we have a veteran quarterback that we believe in that's not going to be rattled in this situation. And you saw that because there was no panic. It was a scramble out of the pocket, eyes downfield, found an open receiver. So they're going to use that to build on in the second half.
That was a confidence booster. Not able to get anything going on the ground, though. Negative 13 rushing yards so far for Syracuse in the first half. It's a 3-point lead for Stanford. Meanwhile, we've got a top 25 showdown going on in the Big Ten. We've got Illinois, Nebraska, 13 minutes left, no score. It starts setting him up. Luke Altmaier to Pat Bryant, but then Joey, another one coming. They're able to cash in with Pat Bryant.
And Altmaier was 7 of 8 to start this game. So much talk about Dylan Raiola. Luke Altmaier's playing really good for Illinois this season.
So that makes it a 7-0 lead. Then trouble coming because on the hit, the ball comes out, Coach. They pull it out.
But this Nebraska defense has been the story. They've given up less than 10 points a game so far this season.
Then Dylan Raiola evens the score there. Isaiah Nair with the 6-yard touchdown. Then moments ago, some drama. Raiola to Nair again, but Coach, what do you see?
If you see it on the replay, they initially rule it a touchdown, but when you look at it, the receiver never had possession of the ball. It's a great interception, great finish to the play. They overturn it. It's an interception.
All right, so it's 10-10 right now with about 8 minutes to go in that game. On the other side of this break, we've got a primetime showdown coming your way in Norman tomorrow. We're talking Tennessee, Oklahoma.
This halftime report is presented by Skyrizi.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and even at 2 years.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi. AbbVie could help you save.
As a Great Clip Salon stylist, I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
Recipe for a fun night? Spam musubi. With a side of friends. Sizzle, pork, and
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles into T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us. It's a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you think, Kyle?
It's like he's chasing an ice cream truck.
Ice cream! He got his iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Cuz holding it up like a baby lion.
Homie takes those T-Mobile savings and calls it a day.
Respect.
Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Whoa! Touchdown, yeah! And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
This is the ACC, where greatness isn't just a goal. It's our relentless pursuit.
Well, there you go.
Where elite coaches and preeminent players constantly strive to redefine what's possible. Here, greatness knows no limits. Here, achievements speak louder than words. And legacies are cemented. This is the ACC, accomplished greatness.
Yeah, it's historical. It's elite aligning with elite.
It's going to be really unique walking into the stadium. And I think the first time I step foot on the grass, I'll have some flashbacks to a lot of great experiences that I had there in Norman, Oklahoma.
Heupel fires a pass downfield, touchdown Oklahoma!
Tennessee, Oklahoma, you don't really get this type of matchup. 2 guys with their SEC openers. Yeah, man, I'm excited to go out there and go to their home and play in it.
this place is always loud, and for the SEC game, I just know the fans are going to bring it.
I know they're going to be fired up. First SEC game they're playing, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to get their best. So we just trying to do the best job to have the best game plan, have good intentions going with that.
It's going to be electric.
Top 15 showdown tomorrow night in prime time in Norman. Looking forward to seeing that one, and plenty of good storylines to follow. They mentioned a couple of them there, but Coach, let's start with this Tennessee offense because we've seen them rolling so far. They're going to be challenged. What do they need to do to have success?
Well, we know they're an explosive offense, and they put points on the board, and they do that by spreading you out. The formations, they don't get complicated in the formations, but what makes them dangerous? Look at the width of the formation. There's 2 wide receivers on the bottom of the screen you can't even see on the TV copy. So what happens is they create this width, spread you across the field, and they run the ball. So what do you have to do? You have to get your safeties involved in the run game. But as soon as they step up, there is so much room for Nico Iamaleava and those receivers to run vertical routes. So you say, okay, well, let's take the pass game away. You don't want to give up big plays, keep everybody back. Now there's only 5 guys in the box. Tennessee has 5 blockers. This is a 3rd and 11 call. Not having to force the ball down the field, they still are able to run it because of the number count in the box. Then from the width, they get into tight formations. Well, how is that different? Tight formations go from creating space to creating confusion. And you see the receivers crossing on the snap of the ball, on a naked route going the opposite way into the flat, and they're able to cause confusion for defense.
The biggest improvement for this Oklahoma team has been on the defensive side of the ball. They're tied for #1 in FBS and creating turnovers. And they're going to need every bit of this against the Tennessee offense that puts up a ton of points, like Coach said. So if they can do this with their front four, get pressure on the quarterback, create a couple turnovers in this game, they'll have a chance to hang in there. Offensively, Oklahoma can put up points. Now, can they slow down this Tennessee offense and not let them score so many points?
First in turnovers, 6th in sacks with 11 so far. The guys tomorrow on College Game Day going to be talking about that and so much more live from Norman starting at 9 a.m. On the other side of this break, we got a few things we're mulling it over on. Is there a quarterback controversy in Texas? Quinn Ewers out for now, Arch Manning in. We break it down, that and more ahead.
This halftime report is presented by Sky Rizzi.
And I won't back. I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Thanks to Sky Rizzi, I'm playing with clearer skin. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
The fact that this Reese's ad showed up at this exact moment proves that your devices are listening to your stomach.
There's only one play. Go for dose. Let's roll some tape. 2 seats in an okay position, but the front row would be a huge score. Watch the Dos Equis vendor screen the usher's view to spring the big play. That's how you... Go for dose!
What if you didn't have to choose? What if you could plot a course and take your own detours? What if curiosity could take you across the world? What if you could join a family and add to its legacy? What if your only choice was everything?
Life doesn't stop for a cold.
Honey.
Honey. DayQuil Severe Honey. Powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste. DayQuil Honey. The honeylicious daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head fever, power through your day medicine.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex. Breathe.
What is...
Wow. Sinex. Breathe. Ah.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick. And try new Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
For fast sore throat relief, try Vicks VapoCool Drops with 2 times more menthol per drop and powerful Vicks Vapors to vaporize sore throat pain. Vicks VapoCool Drops. Vaporize sore throat pain.
If you want to know where you can watch your favorite team, go to Where to Watch on the ESPN app and ESPN.com. Just tap or click the TV in the upper right. Enter your team, Where to Watch, the ultimate guide to live sports. You can be mulling it over on what game you want to watch this weekend or how you're going to get them all in. Right now, we're mulling it over on some of the big stories in college football. Coach Dan Mullen, Kelsey Riggs with you. And Coach, let's start in Texas because you've got Quinn Ewers, you've got Arch Manning. Now Arch Manning taking over for the injured Quinn Ewers. Is there a quarterback controversy in Texas?
Absolutely not a controversy. There is a quarterback luxury in Texas. Quinn Ewers is the starter. He will be the starter as soon as he comes back from injury. But in the meantime, they're in a great situation. Arch Manning, as the backup, came in, showed what he could do with his arm, showed what he could do with his legs. They have a couple of weeks until they play Oklahoma. During that time, Arch Manning's going to have the ability to practice as a starter, play as a starter, continue to improve and grow. And as this season goes on, they're going to have 2 starting quarterbacks ready to go play and make a championship run this year for the Longhorns.
Good problem for them to have. We saw him account for 5 touchdowns last week, but Louisiana Monroe, they're not worried about him. Remember, they've beaten him in the past. So some of those guys when they played him back in Louisiana, we'll see about that. Let's talk about some phenomenal freshmen because, Coach, we got a couple of wide receivers that have been really good, an outstanding edge rusher. Who is your top freshman so far? Ryan Williams, Jeremiah Smith, or Dylan Stewart from South Carolina?
Well, both receivers are dynamic playmakers, but Dylan Stewart is a game wrecker for the Gamecocks. Even though he only has 2.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles on the year, he dominates the game. The pressures he causes on the quarterback, the attention he draws from the offense. You have got to know where he is and pay attention to him. And as an offensive coordinator and offensive coach, when you have to scheme and specifically game plan for one player, especially on the D-line, that causes a lot of issues for your offense, and he has been special this year and will continue to be special throughout his career.
Talk about a luxury in Texas. How about the luxury they have with a freshman like that in South Carolina on the defensive side of the ball? Coach, we got another great slate this week and a couple of top 20 matchups. You've got Utah, Oklahoma State, USC, and Michigan. When you look at these games, which one has the biggest impact potentially on the playoff in your opinion?
Well, the biggest impact is going to be the team that wins a conference championship. And I don't see USC or Michigan competing for the title, maybe an at-large bid. But Utah and Oklahoma State definitely have the opportunity to compete for the Big 12 title. That game is going to have a huge impact and a huge leg up for the winner of that game to get to the Big 12 championship game, have the opportunity to get that automatic bid from the conference.
12-team playoff this year, of course, so we will see how it all shakes out. Let's take a look actually at what happens after this weekend and the playoff chances that you have with both of these games, how it's all affected. Currently, right now, as it stands, Utah 17%, 22% for Oklahoma State. You see what it does with the win. Jumps up to a 31% chance for both of those teams and less than 10% with a loss. All right, meanwhile, let's take a look at the rest of the Saturday slate. Some other good lineups here for you to watch tomorrow. Joey, what do you have your eye on?
USC traveling clear across the country to play Michigan. And Michigan is a team that seems like they might have found their offense. They ran the ball well last game. If they can do that against USC, it could be a really good game.
That game at 3:30. Also, Cam Ward in Miami taking on South Florida. Meanwhile, we've got a good one here. Stanford with the lead by 3 at the half, but that was Umari Hatcher's career long, a 67-yard touchdown to get Syracuse within striking distance.
Here we are driving down the road, and all of a sudden, bang! Oh! There was a crack in our windshield. You know what we can do now, though, right? Go to safelight.com. And we're good to go.
Hey guys, I'll be replacing the windshield for you.
Can we go in there with you?
New cars come with cameras that could control your automatic braking systems and lane departures, which you do need to get recalibrated when you get your windshield replaced.
If you get a crack in your windshield, there's only one choice. Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
A caring man took a walk. He saw people suffering. Anxiety ran high. Hatred rose. I'll prepare a feast and bring them together, he thought. But some refused to join him. He was heartbroken because he wanted everyone to be filled, not with food and wine, but with compassion.
good, man.
How do we show up as our whole self when life has so many parts to switch between?
Whoa. Uncle Level 10.
With tech that helps us put everything we are into everything we do.
You made that look easy.
Recode your future with the tech-forward and tech-ready Lexus NX.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This is the ACC, where greatness isn't just a goal. It's our relentless pursuit.
Well, there you go.
Where elite coaches and preeminent players constantly strive to redefine what's possible. Here, greatness knows no limits. Here, achievements speak louder than words. And legacies are cemented. This is the ACC, accomplished greatness.
College football primetime is presented by Ram Trucks. From the JMA Wireless Dome, it is the ACC on ESPN, Stanford's first game in league play in its new conference. And Ashra, former Heisman winner Andre Ware, story of the first half, Stanford vintage, winning in the trenches.
Yeah, it was. I mean, defensively, they start getting home from the edges, and then offensively, they're finding some running lanes for the young, true freshman running back.
Second half kickoff will go to Syracuse to start things off, and we'll look at our game track here in a moment, brought to you by American Express. After this kickoff, Syracuse got a 67-yard touchdown from McCord to Hatcher late in the first half to make this a 13-10 game. The Cardinal, 132 rush yards in the opening half. James will run this out, and he is tackled well shy of the 25, only out to the 15. Tonight's American Express game track.
You see the production by Stanford on the ground. You mentioned it. Syracuse unable to get any type of ground game going. That's what's allowing guys like David Bailey to get home, because you don't have to respect running the football. They're holding it down inside with Anthony Franklin and the likes, Sinclair, Bernadelle, and the two linebackers. And now the edge guys can just pin their ears back and come after Kyle McCord.
Stanford had 4 sacks in the first half off a high snap, but Quint Allen scavenging for about 5. Kark?
Well, these shots was the word Fran Brown told me when I asked him what more he wants from his offense. So look for Kyle McCord to let it rip. He'll have to. The run game has not been in effect today. Minus 13 yards in the first half. And Fran Brown, I'm watching him on the sideline. He is animated. He's sweat through 2 hats already. He's on hat number 3.
And probably a couple of shirts, Clark.
Quick throw by McCord. Pena for a first down.
They're getting the playmakers involved now. Pena, Allen, next Gadsden. Now, if you're starting to spread the ball around like that, it makes it tough for Stanford to really identify how you're going to hit them.
2 tight ends into the game. Villari with Gadsden. That pass tipped, and it falls incomplete.
They were trying to go to Aronde Gadsden there. It was intended for him, looking completely his way, and all of a sudden someone gets home. It's Anthony Franklin, who had one outstanding first half.
3-year starter and the anchor of that defensive line.
Well, he's a playmaker there. I mean, a guy that tough to run on, and He can give you some pass rush from inside.
They empty it out. 2 tight ends lined up in the slot along with the running back, Allen, who is an excellent wide receiver. Pressure coming, and the quick throw complete to LaQuint Allen. His second catch of the game, 15 straight games with a reception for Allen.
Bobby Abram, he told us that they were going to force the offensive line of Syracuse to block. And all of a sudden, guys are free, running free on the quarterback. Tafiti from the outside coming free. They go man across the board that last play and then brought pressure with it.
Bailey, who's been a menace, is lined up over the left tackle. Downfield for Hatcher, back shoulder incomplete. Manley in coverage, and it's 4th down.
Just unable to get things going with any type of consistency. Long drives put together. This is straight out of the playbook for Bobby April and this this Stanford defense. He's doing exactly what he wants to do defensively.
Tiger Bachmeier waits at the 20. Chad Stonehouse, whose uncle punted for Stanford. This one takes a Syracuse bounce. Bachmeier bobbles, able to cover it up. And Stanford with the ball for the first time here in the second half. 12:52 to go in the third. The Cardinals with a 3-point lead.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hi, we're Visible. And if you're tired of T-Mo, we've got a deal for you. Bring your T-Mo number and phone and get a one-line plan for just $15 a month for 5 years. Guaranteed. Yep, that's right. Savings on top of savings. Awesome, isn't it? Get one line with unlimited data, talk, and text. All powered by Verizon's 5G network. Hurry, grab the savings while you still can. Switch today at Visible.com.
Derrick Henry. Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Clem's not a morning person or a people person, but he is an I can solve this in 4 different ways person. You need Clem. Clem needs benefits. Work with principals so we can help you with a plan that's right for him. Let our expertise round out yours.
Why would you ever take less when you can live más with a double-stacked taco, a beefy 5-layer burrito, a chalupa supreme, and a drink, all for just $7? It's time to stop settling and get what you deserve. And you deserve to get Lux for less. Introducing the $7 Lux Cravings Box. Only at Taco Bell.
It's game day. Let's get them up. Hey, Google, turn on the Heisman House. I'm in the game. Hey, Google, turn on the rookie alarm. Rise and shine. Whoa, nobody sleeps in on game day.
Sure, Vistaprint prints business cards, but we also print these and those. And engrave that. We print your brand on everything so customers can notice you, remember you, and fall in love with you. If you need it, we print it with 25% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
An ABC college football doubleheader. At noon, NC State at Clemson. Then, UCLA at LSU. Saturday at noon and 3:30 Eastern on ABC.
A look at Saturday's triple header on ABC. NC State will turn to true freshman C.J. Bailey at quarterback, starting in place of Grayson McCall. Wolfpack take on Clemson, LSU, UCLA, and then 2 talented young quarterbacks when number 6 Tennessee takes on Oklahoma in Norman. Chris Davis gets the call on first down for Stanford, and he picks up 5. Paul?
Also caught up with Troy Taylor, head Stanford coach at the half, too. He was livid about the holding penalties. He feels like they left another 6 on the scoreboard because of all those penalties, and feels like they weren't able to get into a rhythm offensively because of that. Defensively, other than that big shot play we saw by Kyle McCord late in the second quarter, he was thrilled with the defense. Said they're showing McCord a lot of different looks, disguising, and multiple defensively.
Daniels on the quarterback run sets up a 3rd and 1. Derek McDonald, a 3-year starter at linebacker, made the tackle.
Yeah, there's no feels like Clark. They actually did leave 6 on the scoreboard because of a holding penalty. Micah Ford with that touchdown reception is called back because of a hold. And this is the worst field position that Stanford has had to start a drive of the ball game.
And they bring in the Syracuse transfer, Justin Lamson, who's been the short yardage bruiser at quarterback, and this is more than likely a run play. There's Lamson, and the Orange get a stop against their former mate. Lamson said he's familiar with about 7 of the 11 defensive starters, and when he's in the game, Syracuse caution, you got to be wary of pass, but it's probably going to be a run.
Yeah, he did throw a touchdown pass in the TCU game, but the majority of the time, and it's the only pass he's thrown all season.
They're going to go for it.
Yeah, they're going to try to draw Syracuse off sides. There's no doubt about that. And then punt this thing away. You don't want to get, if they fall short here, you're surrendering a lead, or at the worst.
Well, he snapped the ball. Lamson fighting for it, and he gets through for a first down. Gutsy call by Troy Taylor, and Lamson against his old team delivers.
I couldn't even get, at worst, you're going to have a tied-up game because you're already in field goal position. But Troy Taylor, that's a statement. We didn't fly all the way across the country to leave anything behind. We are going to exhaust every single thing we can to come out of this with a win, including going for it inside your own 30-yard line.
Daniels, a 3-time state champion quarterback in Georgia, back in. Finds CC, dragging Syracuse defenders across the 40. Give him 14 and a first down.
A nice job by Ashton Daniels. Kind of spreading the ball around a little bit here. CC along with Io Manor. Waiting on Bachmeier to get himself involved in things here in this passing game.
Yeah, they like CC's upside, and we're starting to see it. Touchdowns in the first 2 games.
He's got some speed.
7 catches on 8 targets tonight. Another split back look. Quarterback power. Daniels sheds a tackle. Angles out of bounds.
Nice job there. Daniels is just enough to force Syracuse to play 11 on 11. And he can do it with the best of them. You turn the video on and you see that time and time again in the TCU game and the Cal Poly game.
Last year a bit up and down, but he had some big games. 367 through the air against Washington, 396 against Colorado. Daniels hit downfield, double coverage. Is it intercepted? It is. Clarence Lewis got the foot in. Intended for Cedric Urban, the running back.
Went late with it. I usually tell you don't go late over the middle, but he goes late and he just hangs the ball in the air. And just kind of uncharacteristic of Ashton Daniels of just putting one up, especially in the field of play. And not only does he get one down, he taps both.
And that's going to your running back.
Yes. It's another thing if it's your best receiver in Io Manor, where he can go up and make plays, but
4th career interception for Lewis, the Notre Dame transfer. 2nd interception for Syracuse tonight. Devin Grant had one earlier that led to a field goal. And now the Orange off sudden change. Pressure from the middle. out route incomplete for the Georgia transfer Jackson Meeks. Crowd wants a flag. No laundry. Zarin Manley, the 6th-year senior, in coverage.
Meeks may have gotten some of the turf rubber in his eyes, but you got to continue to run your route. Guys are depending on you. Work on your eyes when the play's over and you got to catch, but crowd wants pass interference. I don't think so.
Delayed pressure. Pena. Pinball back at the 30-yard line by Jay Green, who played in every game for national runner-up Washington last year.
Boy, it looks good coming out of his hand, doesn't it? Tight spiral. I mean, you rarely see the white on the ball when McCord throws it because the spiral's so tight.
He and Fran Brown go way back, and McCord, crown jewel offensively of the portal additions. This is Darryl Gill, and he picks up just enough to move the sticks.
A nice job of processing, going through your reads from one side, then all of a sudden the crosser comes right into his sight or his line of vision, and the accuracy.
This is Pena. Tunnel screen and dropped by Mitch Lieber. A loss of a yard. Andre, Fran Brown first heard of Kyle McCord way before McCord was even in high school. McCord's dad and Fran Brown's wife used to work together at the same hospital. Fran Brown would come watch his games when he was 12, 13 years old. The relationship never dimmed, and when McCord had decided to transfer from Ohio State, same day, Fran Brown was on a plane to Columbus, and he made a pitch to Kyle McCord. He said, "You need me and I need you," as LaQuint Allen needs just himself to get to the first down marker.
And I mentioned earlier, they kind of unlocked Kyle McCord in terms of what he can do in the passing game. He can make every throw, and it's pretty to watch.
Play action, more pressure. McCord lets it fly. It's caught by Hatcher. First and goal, Syracuse.
They may be coming back. We got another flag on the field.
And it is coming holding. Offense number 19. 10-yard penalty.
It's been a rough night in the penalty department for the big tight end, Arondé Gadsden. Had a late hit penalty earlier in the first half, and then there a hold, and I don't know if McCord gets that ball off without the hold, to be quite honest with you.
Those cheers turned to boos awfully fast.
Quick, don't they? But they're aimed at the officials and not Gadsden.
Pena in motion. Stanford continues to bring pressure. Gill was wide open, and that time McCord missed him.
Yeah, you won't see that much. He's so accurate with the ball. 69% passer coming into tonight. Let's go back and take a look at this play, this hold against Gadsden. And he's working against a dominant pass rusher in David Bailey. Couple of Stanford players coming free on him.
Well, Bailey has been a menace tonight. He's been a game wrecker up front when he's been in. Second and long. Another catch by Hatcher, and pushed out of bounds near midfield by Sinclair. Crowd wanted a late hit.
I don't think so. Hey, you've got a guy trying to get additional yards, and he's in bounds. It just looked a lot worse than it actually was. Let's go back and look at it. Trying to fight through a tackle. That's just football right there.
free play. Pena for a first down after Ibar jumped.
He had the same situation happen in the Georgia Tech game, and he threw a touchdown pass to Gadsden. So he realized that he had a free play. McCord did, and he was pushing it downfield.
Defense number 14. The penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
This is the offense that you're used to seeing from Syracuse. Ball being pushed down the field by an accurate passer in McCord.
Now, they've had no run game to speak of tonight. It's been through the air, almost exclusively. Underneath, incomplete for Pena. Lieber got in there. Kark.
Anish, you mentioned Fran Brown and the Philly connection with Kyle McCord. I spoke to him this week. He told me at some point in time he played with probably 8 or so of his current teammates. Deuce Chestnut was his youth league running back. Will Nixon, who's the son of OC Jeff Nixon, was his first grade teammate. And Fadil Diggs, who was actually only about 220 pounds in high school, he played 7-on-7 with him. So the comfortability of this team, this staff, it's there for McCord.
Here is Allen. He gets bottled up. Zach Rowell in there. More penalty markers.
I can only imagine that's where that flag's thrown. It's going to be another hold against Syracuse.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Left guard Jacob Bradford.
I mean, when you have a holding penalty on early downs, to pick up a first down, or at any time, it's going to be tough. You just don't design plays that, go 2nd and 20. He's inside, on a running play, and the guy starts to slip off. He grabbed the back of his shoulder pads. That is a straight-up indicator of holding for the officials.
And Andre, part of it, credit the Stanford defense. They have been winning the line of scrimmage on defense.
They've owned it
most of the night.
Both sides.
2nd and 20. There's Pena. Finds a seam.
Boy, is he tough.
Moves forward to the 40-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Syracuse needs the 29.
When Lieber's coming up full speed and Pena does not flinch. I mean, 2 safeties coming up and he does not flinch whatsoever. Man, what a collision and a tough play. You want to get it in his hands quickly, and that was what got him in a situation where 3rd and 12. I don't know if it's manageable, but certainly it's a whole lot more manageable than 3rd and 20.
11th play of the drive. McCord to the air, intercepted. Picked off, Mitch Lieber. Down the sideline, he's got a convoy. Gets the block. Pick 6, Stanford.
Dan Villari, the Syracuse tight end, didn't have a clue that the ball was being thrown to him. And so you as a quarterback, you're trying to get it out before the rush gets to you. You think a guy's going to hook up, or you're throwing it where he should be. And he's just lost on the play.
The extra point by Kenny Good. A 2-score game.
Boy, just playing center field was Mitch Lieber. He's expecting the tight end Villari to hook up outside. He goes inside, and Lieber with a pick 6 to extend this lead for Stanford.
Sure, Vistaprint prints business cards, but we also print these and those. And engrave that. We print your brand on everything so customers can notice you, remember you, and fall in love with you. If you need it, we print it with 25% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
Another group project. It's It's due tomorrow. I hope I can get online tonight. I really need this to pass. Truth is, I can't do this on my own. Connect every student, change every future. Connecting changes everything.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
How can you be sure you're getting the right deal?
I have to talk to my bestie. This one's like your last boyfriend. It's got issues.
For the right used car, just say, show me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Sure, Vistaprint prints business cards, but we also print these and those. And engrave that. We print your brand on everything so customers can notice you, remember you, and fall in love with you. If you need it, we print it with 25% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
You said you were certain that this was a costume party. Were you for imprint certain?
Well, certainty matters. So when you need the right high-quality promotional products, printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time, that's the certainty of 4imprint. So wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team by checking out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
It's book club in the Waiverhood, y'all.
Eating this table.
I got this at Wayfair after the last book club.
Every book club should have this much shopping.
What did everyone think of the chapter, The Right Area Rug for Every Budget?
I'll say it. The section on washable rugs was thrilling.
Thoughts, Richard?
The part about the floral rugs really spoke to me.
I want to know who's going to play the rug in the movie. Why is nobody discussing the plot twist? Wayfair ships fast and free.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Coming up next after the game, Mexican power puncher Jaime Munguia makes his Top Rank on ESPN debut. The former world champ headlines against unbeaten Eric Bazinian, who looks to improve his record to 9-0 against Mexican fighters. Olympic silver medalist Richard Torres Jr. and uber prospect